Hey James, this is Keaton Everett from ABC going over your pitching video from the spring break camp. We'll just kind of go through, take a look at some things and talk about what you're doing good, a couple fixes we can make, and just kind of talk a little bit about mechanics and what we kind of want to see at different spots and just kind of go from there. So anyways, overall, pretty solid mechanics. All right, you're doing a lot of things really well. You got good torque. You're releasing the ball pretty well. There's a few things that we'll be able to kind of talk about to get you to a point where you're more consistent where you're starting your delivery. You know, we always want to be able to reproduce our mechanics every time. We want to be consistent to a point where, you know, we're breaking our hands at the same time. We're starting our hips forward at the same time. You know, we're doing everything at the same time so we can repeat everything, get that same arm path. So the more we can get consistent over the rubber, the more that's going to translate to consistency out front. All right, so first off, we're just going to talk and start with back here with how we're setting up over the rubber. You know, where we start is really big, and it dictates a lot of how we're going to finish. And so we'll kind of go over, you know, what I'd like to see you start doing. So right here, you know, you're basically split right down the middle. You got about 50% of your weight on your back foot, 50% on that front foot. All right, what I'm going to do is mark your head to see what it does as you go through your delivery. All right, so as you see here, you're coming set, and I like your hands coming set down here. All right, that's good. But watch what your head's doing as you lift this leg. All right, as you can see, that head goes back outside of the box as you're coming back. All right, same thing, you know, I use the analogy of sprinters. You know, when sprinters are in the blocks, they don't rock back and then go forward. So we want to get rid of that extra movement. All right, we want to get ourselves already set up over that back leg. So once we lift that leg, there's no backwards movement. Nothing's getting wasted back. It's already loaded up. We're ready to go forward. All right, we want our first movement to be forward. So all we're going to do is you're back in this position. Everything's loaded up over that back leg. You got that, you know, ear kind of on that inside part of your foot. All right, so we need to be starting more so in this position back at setup. All right, so that's all it is. Instead of going 50-50 with your feet, just shift your weight back over that back leg and just get everything loaded up. You know, it should be about 80-20% on that front. So just get everything loaded up on that backside, get that hip locked in place, get everything ready. So once that leg gets going, we break the hands, everything's starting forward. All right, so just getting rid of that extra movement back, it's going to get you more consistent, and it's just going to make you more efficient too. All right, but that's an easy fix. So once we kind of fix that and get consistent over the rubber, then we'll be able to get just, you know, the ability to maintain our mechanics, pitch in, pitch out, pitch in, pitch out, and we'll be able to redo it every time. All right, so once we get our leg up as high as we're getting it, all right, you're here. All right, you're doing a great job at leading with your hips. All right, a lot of times you'll see this left leg kick out, and that's what basically leads you down the mound. But you got your hips going down the mound first. All right, that's perfect. I like this position for you. It's nice and powerful. All right, everything's driving good. You got a really good lower body. Your legs are doing really well. You're reaching out. All right, the only thing that's cutting yourself off is this left arm. All right, this left glove, and it needs to follow your left foot a little bit more. And all this is going to do, we'll show you later what it's going to help you do, but as you see, you just curl that glove in. All right, you land, and your glove's at your chest right here. All right, we want to see this glove somewhere out over that front foot. All right, so we're down here in this angle with our elbow out farther, and all that's going to do is that's going to help us get out farther out in front of that front foot, and it's going to show you later what happens is you break down this back leg to almost a 90-degree spot. We want to see you driving through your leg and get a little bit less of an angle, which in turn is going to get your head a little bit farther out, and then you'll get farther out with that release point. So going back to our front side glove, so just think about having that follow your glove or your foot a little bit more. It doesn't have to be exactly over it, but somewhere in this box. So just let that glove get out there. So at foot strike, alright, we'll go back to right when that foot plants. Looks like it's about right here. In this position, you're just right here, something like this. Alright. Now you are keeping that that back shoulder closed a little bit. Your shoulders are staying closed, which is good, and you are getting pretty good torque. Alright, you got this hip rotating forward, and you can see your shoulders haven't rotated forward yet. Alright, so that's pretty good. One of the things you could work on is if you watch what your hands are doing, what your fingers are doing on this baseball back here, is you can see they're staying on the side, they're staying towards that first base side. At some point in that arm path, we got to get the fingers, it'll probably be back here. We want those fingers on top of the ball, thumb behind it, alright, instead of on the side. That just gets us the ability to drive, get on top of that ball and drive that ball downhill to create more angle, to create more velocity, more bite on our breaking pitches, more movement. So just work on that too. But the biggest thing with you is just to get this glove and move it out farther. Alright, you got great lower body. Your lower body looks really good. Everything's working together. We just get that glove farther out there, so then we aren't breaking down this back knee, this back leg. We're able to drive through that back leg more, and we're going to we'll go to release. Alright, we're releasing it here, and so now we're going to be able to get farther out this way. We might even pick up a couple extra inches on our stride length. But the biggest thing is that we're going to be releasing the ball farther out in front. We want to be able to get as close as we can to the hitters as we can, because that just adds that virtual velocity. That gets on the hitters quicker. Alright, so just the more we can reach out over that front foot, and what that's also going to do is that's going to help out a little bit. This isn't really bad here, but that elbow's almost leading in front of that head a little bit. So that's just going to, the farther we can get out in front, we're going to see that elbow stay kind of around your head, more so back in this area, taking a little bit less of that strain off there. Alright, but again, overall, really solid. Alright, you got some of the best lower body, your hip shoulder separation that I've seen, and it's just a matter of starting back already, so you're not wasting that movement back, and letting that glove get down over that front foot a little bit longer, so you can use more of your legs to drive through the ball, get down over that front foot, release the ball closer to the plate, and you'll be on a good way to improving yourself, adding some velocity, and just helping yourself out on the mound. But anyways, like I said, overall really impressive. Alright, there's a lot of good things here. So just take a look at those couple fixes and try to work on that a little bit. But good luck this year, and looking at your video and your mechanics, looks like you're going to have a great season. So thanks for making it out to camp. Hope you had a great time, and we look forward to seeing you again with ABC.